Hi, I'm Athena, and today we're going to be focusing on the coral reef biome. Most coral reefs are located in tropical shallow waters less than 50 meters deep. They are found in more than 100 countries around the world. Most reefs are located between the tropics of Cancer and Capricorn and are in many oceans. They are also found farther from the equator in places where warm currents flow out of the tropics. Let's start by talking about some of the coral reef's amazing animals. First, let's talk about the blowfish. Blowfish are known for being able to inflate themselves in case of danger. If threatened, it fills its large stomach with lots of water until fully inflated. Their skin is highly toxic to most animals when eaten. Blowfish are 7 to 24 inches long, and they eat mostly algae and small invertebrates. They can live for 4 to 8 years. Now, let's talk about clownfish. Clownfish are small, tropical marine fish that have bright-colored vertical stripes on them. Clownfish live in coral reefs and are 2 to 5 inches long. They eat mollusks, crustaceans, isopods, algae, zooplankton, and plankton. They live 3 to 10 years, and their main predators are large species of fish, sharks, or eels. Clownfish and sea anemones have a symbiotic relationship. This means they help each other. The clownfish attract the prey for the sea anemone, and the sea anemone provides a home for the clownfish. Want to know some crazy facts about clownfish? There are around 30 known species of clownfish. Not all anemones are clownfish friendly. Of over 1,000 anemone species, only 10 can coexist with clownfish. Can you believe that all clownfish are born male? When the dominant female dies, the dominant male will turn itself into a female. Here I'm painting an anemone. Try saying that 5 times fast. Whoops, I meant to say anemone. It took me 5 times. Now it's time to talk about the blue ring octopus. The blue ring octopus is known for the iridescent blue rings it displays when threatened. This octopus only grows 5 to 8 inches long and they eat small crabs and shrimp. They can live 1 to 2 years. They live in tide pools in the Pacific Ocean from Australia to Japan. Blue ring octopuses are also recognized as one of the world's most venomous marine animals. If they are provoked when being handled by humans, they can bite, and it's very dangerous despite their small size. Did you know the blue ring octopus is packed with enough venom to kill 26 people within minutes? The Portuguese man-o-war jellyfish is a sea creature with a very powerful sting. Their tentacles can reach up to 165 feet long. They eat a variety of other marine fish and live about a year. They have colors that vary from a light blue to a dark purple. Using its venomous tentacles, the man-o-war traps and paralyzes its prey while reeling it inwards to the digestive polyps. Did you know the man-o-war's tentacles can sting even after the man-o-war is dead or when the tentacles become detached? we're moving into the topic of sea turtles. There are 7 kinds of sea turtles in the world. Each has its own special features. Sea turtles eat crabs, shrimp, rock, lobsters, tunicates, and jellyfish, and sometimes algae. Sadly, sea turtles are in danger for many reasons. One is littering, since jellyfish kind of look like trash, like plastic bags. And if a sea turtle sees a plastic bag in the ocean, it might think it's a jellyfish. But when it eats it, it could be very harmful to the sea turtle, and sometimes that's why they're dying off. Other times it's because of oil spills. In 2010, a giant oil spill leaked into the Gulf of Mexico. Oil was covered sea animals and washed up on beaches. Oil is dangerous for people and wildlife. Mangroves are important for coral reefs because their roots filter the water and help keep the water clean for all of the coral reef's creatures. They also protect the coral reef from erosion during storm waves. Seagrasses help the coral reef by filtering any nutrients and sediments from land runoff. This helps to ensure that the water is clear and nutrient-poor, which keeps the coral reef healthy. Seagrass is also a source of food for the many organisms in the coral reef. Algae produces oxygen and helps the coral to remove wastes. Climate. Coral reefs form mainly in the tropics. They need shallow, warm water to thrive. They develop in areas with plentiful sunlight penetration. In Florida, we have some coral reefs, mainly in the Keys, due to our location, near the equator. One of the most famous coral reefs in the world is the Great Barrier Reef in Queensland, Australia. We have environmental problems going on in our coral reefs. Some are due to humans. When we wear sunscreen, it washes off in the water. Some of the sunscreen can end up in coral reefs. And there are harmful chemicals in sunscreen called oxybenzone and octinoxate, which can end up in killing coral reefs. One way we can solve this is by getting coral reef-friendly sunscreen. It is sold online. Another environmental problem threatening our coral reefs is the overuse of fertilizers. When people treat their lawns to help their grass grow, it can be washed away with rainwater and eventually end up in the ocean. It can damage the coral reefs. These toxic chemicals that help our lawns stay nice and green are detrimental to the coral reef's survival. The last environmental problem in coral reefs we will be talking about today is human exploration in coral reefs. Scuba divers all over the world would love to explore the magnificent biodiversity in coral reefs. However, this can have several negative effects on coral reefs. If divers or boats touch the coral, they can become damaged because coral is very delicate. For example, once in 2010, the Shenang 1 struck the Great Barrier Reef. The ship scraped along the reef for almost 2 miles, spilling oil and damaging coral. So, therefore, we need to practice safe and responsible ways of diving and boating in coral reefs in order to protect them. Another way people are protecting coral reefs is in some countries they have special areas called preserve where coral reefs are protected. Coral reefs provide our planet with countless breathtaking creatures. We are lucky to have them. The health of oceans depend on them. We must learn to protect these delicate ecosystems to ensure we are able to enjoy them for generations to come. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time, and don't forget to like and subscribe.